Health, wellness, chiropractic, pain, headaches,
pain management,
all
kinds of categories. So now, if you've got 100 people and they've all got different categories, then how many different search terms are going to eventually point back to the site?
500 or more, right?
So
the main competitor would be like a yellowpages.com.
Well, yellowpages.com is great. I mean, it's a great service, and it does work for its clients a lot of times.
Or Google,
yeah.
Just searching for
well, we work
business.
very closely with Google. You pretty much have to work with Google if you're going to get anything online, because they're the leader when it comes to online searching. You know.
So what about online banners starting? Because people are searching for this stuff nowadays on their cell phones.
Right.
You know,
that's the
on
other
their
thing.
smartphones.
I'm glad you asked that. Each of these traffic catcher pages is actually not just a fancy site that looks good on a computer, but there's a. Does anybody know what the .mobi compliance is?
Mobile.
It's
Mobile phones.
It's instead of .com, it's .mobi.
Cell phones.
It's related to cell phones.
Right.
Well, when you get a site on here, you automatically get one on the .mobi site too. And you have one already, David, and your coupon already displays on a cell phone right now. The one we just did for you a few minutes ago. So online couponing. So if somebody is looking for a deal, how many people like deals?
Everybody.
If we were in Turlock, we'd have the whole room.
Well, he spoke for us. He said everybody. Paul knew ahead of time.
So if you go coupons, if you click coupons, we could you could have coupons under every single category that we have.
Oh, what a nice looking logo, Stan.
Yes.
Hey, we've got 7 minutes, Stan, just so you know.
Speaking of the logo, the logo was designed, this little logo that you saw at the beginning of the thing here. If I can get back to it. This logo says Shop and Search Local First, was designed by our own Jim
Stewart.
And I think it turned out pretty darn good, too. Looks pretty good.
I like the multiple colors.
Yeah, it basically gets the message across pretty quick. And what we simply are looking for is a handful of people. Now, each person is going to get featured. For example, if we had 12 people here that were all willing to come in on the co-op, I'd like to give them each their own little banner ad on the front page. Now, Who's Who and Who's New is a local publication that's going to be distributed to different communities.
Is there another logo back there on the flyer you have in your hand?
This one?
Yeah.
Yes, this was an early version, which I like Jim's better, so that's what we're going to use for now. But this is designed to promote local businesses, local restaurants, local events, local talent. How many people know somebody who's got a very special gifting? Sure. And we want to be able to use this tool to promote that. If you look inside, it's spotlighting good neighbors. It's spotlighting who's who in your town. We could do one of these for Riverbank, Escalon, Oakdale very easily. This is a Good Neighbor Spotlight. These are little local, gift shops. Artists. This is called Artists at Work. Meet the artists behind the artwork. How many of you have ever wanted to meet some of the artists in your community and learn about them? Sure. Dining guide. Your guide to the best eateries in that community. Entertainment. So we also have devised our own jingle for radio, so that way if somebody's a part of the group and part of the organization, they can use that jingle as a bed for their radio spot. They also have the right to use the Shop and Search Local First on little window decals and also on any of their print advertising. We also are going to be able to feature them in Who's Who and Who's New. And a feature could be like a sponsored column where you talk about your area of expertise, or it could be an actual advertorial where someone comes in and does a story on you and maybe interviews some of your clients. We do that same thing on television, and it's called a documercial, not an infomercial. And those, if you put several of those documercials together, you can create a very powerful testimonial. One thing I'm going to do to kind of finish up, if any of you guys have any interest in any of the things we talked about, and you have any budget whatsoever, even if it's small, I think we might have something here for you, even if your budget is minuscule. So, but you got to do something, and if you don't do something, you know, your competitors are doing something. So, you know, you're not. There's two types of fish in the stream: the ones that are swimming upstream and the ones that are floating downstream. So, if you want to be one that's struggling and that's trying to move forward, you're a fish that's moving upstream. You're still alive.
They say that everyone advertises. Some advertise to stay in business, others advertise when they go out of business.
That's true. Good point. And there are people out there that don't believe in advertising. They just don't believe it. I believe that word-of-mouth advertising is the most effective form of advertising that there is. And if I could live for another 90 years, I could wait for that to go ahead and catch up. But the thing is that I don't have 90 years. I just have a certain little moment here in time. And so I want to take word of mouth and I want to put it on steroids. And what that little video showed you, as an example, is that you can do what I call customer testimonials on steroids. If you let our video people come in and videotape your clients talking about how great you did for them, then you've got the power of customer testimonials working for you.